CHICKEN. Use the code chicken in the shop. CHICKEN. Use the code
Guys, the chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, what I wanted to talk about was, of course, we're at 4 engines right now, so we're going to go over all the tips and tricks that you guys need to know. We got, not very close to 19, but it's kind of stagnant a little bit today. We did get a little bit of a win streak, a little bit of push. We've been kind of floating around mid-18 all day. But the biggest thing right now that everyone's talking about and that you guys need to plan for as well is the hero. Who's the hero for Season 23? So there's a couple, there's no real right and wrong answer here. So obviously we have Brick, we have Everspark, and we have Kavon. And Kavon is probably going to be, well, we know Kavon right now. Some people are already unlocking him. He's very, very strong. So essentially we want to get to the point where we can get Kavon quickly. But to do that, if we're bypassing Brick, if we're bypassing Everspark, we're not going to have many tools left to attack with. We're not going to have anything at all. It's going to be very hard to collect chests. I know there's I know of a lot of people that are were trying to tech ride really hard to get to Kavon, and then they kind of ended up getting screwed because they weren't able to. They didn't have much with their offense. They just had heavies and Zookas and nothing really behind them. So Everspark in the last couple days was very, very good, very strong. I still, it's up in the air. It kind of depends. I mean, if Everspark's going to be good if you don't have a lot of other stuff. If you have everything, I think Brick is a better choice. So Brick pairs better with, with some of the other things that we collect in the tech tree, the gunboat energy, the max shock bombs. We're going to get more value there. Everspark with their passive critters that kind of spawn all the time, they kind of make up for not having stuff to for not having medkits to heal over mines, to not having any ways to deal with anything. Everspark's good at that, at just simply distracting and clearing mines. So she is good in certain circumstances, but I think it's kind of 50-50. It kind of depends on the rest of your tech. Personally, I think knowing this in advance, I would still go with Brick. But yeah, so the next play, the next path, this is what we're doing, because this was not an easy decision to make. So basically what we have next, here's the path that we're at. So after 4ER, we want to get the building health. Now, originally, we were going to go to Boom Mines and get the shock launcher, but now I'm more leaning towards getting Cryoneers, getting tanks, and getting Kavon. Now, you might say, chicken, that's crazy. Why? Because let's look at it this way. Cryoneers are actually somewhat useful in this meta. How long are they going to be useful? I'm not sure. They might stick around until the end, just having a boat or two of them. Simply because we don't have building health, or sorry, we have a ton of building health, 150% building health, and only 50% troop damage. So we're not going to be flying through these bases. We're going to be slowly, methodically, even with heavy choppers. They're only dropping heavies for the first minute. We're going to be slowly kind of plowing through these bases, and yeah, it's going to take some work. It's going to take some grinding. Shout out to Shishk and Amy. Was talking to them about this earlier today. But yeah, so I think what the smart play is to go through Cryoneers, get the tanks, and get Kavon, because medics aren't going to be useful. Mechs are 100% not going to be useful. So if Cryoneers are going to be somewhat useful, I think it makes more sense to go this way, and I think we also want to prioritize getting Kavon over the shock launcher and the boom mine bases. Because honestly, I've gone up against a lot of these shock launcher and a lot of these shock bases, and for the most part, I've been beating them. Like, look at this guy. He's got boom mines and shock launchers. What does he have that, he just has tech that I don't have. Let's actually see how he was able to do, what he attacked us with, because he must have been missing something. I want to see what he's running with. So he's got heavy and Zuka and no hero? Okay, that's why. So he's got no hero. And he's just running with pure heavy Zuka. So I mean that's the trade-off, right? So there's always a trade-off. So in terms of what's effective, it doesn't seem to be the right choice to prioritize shock launchers and boom mines. What we want to do is we want to get up to Kavon and do that quickly. Now obviously we're going to come back. We're going to get this. We're going to get this, and we'll probably get the gunboat energy at some point. The Doom Cannon is the prototype of choice. Again, we're going to have to wait to see until we get Kavon what we want to do next. If we want to go artillery, Doom Cannon, back for shock launchers, or simply rush ahead to the next ER. There's a lot of choices that we got to make, so make sure that you guys are plugged into the channel, because this changes daily, as you guys know, if you've been playing Warships for a while. So this is the base that I'm running. I find it helps with Everspark. Some guys say it's easy to beat with Everspark. You know, I've been pretty consistent with it all day. Typically when I'm losing, it's because I'm screwing up my attacks. So let's get into a couple live ones here, guys, and see if we can put the pudding into practice. That's not a saying, chicken. And see if we can get something done here. All right, let's see what we got. All right, so this is another double shock base. Not too concerned, not too concerned. So here's how we're attacking. It's the same attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now we want to go nice and spread on the bottom with the heavies, just because we want to make sure that they angle out on both sides so we get that coverage. But the biggest thing with the attacks and using, if you guys are using Iron Will still, we want to use it early and we want to use it often. Almost all of our gunboat energy at the start of the battle is simply using Iron Will, and that's going to do a couple things for us. We want to make sure that the heavies are staying alive. We want to make sure that the boom mines aren't doing much damage to them. And typically you can see his base. Most of his cannons, his boom cannons and all that stuff, they're at the front of the base. So once we get past all of that, the heavies are going to be fine. I really wish Brick wasn't so tight on this corner here, so we could get some more value out of that. But there's nothing really hitting the troops on the left, so I think we're okay. I'm going to throw another shock. I should have shocked that back one. That was dumb. But yeah, if we can keep the heavies alive for the first part of the attack, that's really going to put us in the best situation possible to win. So let's go medkit. Ugh. Yeah, we're going down hard here, guys. Which is funny because this is basically what we've been doing all day, and we've been having pretty good success with it. Okay. Let's shock this stuff over here. But you see what I mean? Like, although we're probably going to fizzle here, that's the idea. If you can get your troops up and out, and then you get them to the back, and then there's really nothing that's stopping them at this point. Yeah, this one we're just going to... Oh, we're just going to get crushed here. That was fun. Alright, well, let's see what he's doing on our base here. Mr. Saurov. Yeah. But, I mean, if you see what I mean? Like, I don't think it's the base that's holding me back. I think it's just the attacks. Like, if we were able to get one engine there, we would have tied or possibly won on percentage. So, if we'd clean that up a little bit better. I think it was just the split at the start. I just didn't get a lot of value out of the Iron Will. So, let's try this again. We are still in the top 500 because we keep seeing that top player looking for a match. That's what we want to see. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, I mean, it's at the start when we're doing this, it's all about just keeping them, you know, somewhat together. You know, it depends on the base too. Some bases are just gonna be harder than others to fan out against. But yeah, that one, the shocks were hitting us early. Everything was just hitting us early. That wasn't very ideal. All right, enough excuses. Let's try it again. If we can find an opponent, we'll have to do the dance in the meantime. Back. Anytime now. Anytime. Alright, let's reload the matchmaking. Let's reload. We'll try this again. We only got time for one more here. But yeah, let me know how you guys are doing down below in the comments. If you're stuck, if you're... let me know if you're having any issues with collecting chests, because I heard that from a few people, and I thought that was kind of crazy. But I think it's right about now that depending on your tech, the stuff that you picked, you might be having a hard time collecting them. For the most part, I don't think that's a major issue this season, especially compared to last season. But we can't find an opponent. I don't know what's going on. Why is this taking so long? I'm going to pause and come back. And there we go. All right, so this one we're going to do the same drop, but a little bit over to the left. The reason being, obviously, we want to go up to the left and grab that engine room. So what I'm going to do, the idea of this base is to pull us over here on the right and then have us awkwardly kind of attack that left engine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to clear the front here, and then I'm going to flare. He's actually got 2 ERs in the middle, which is kind of strange. You don't typically see that. Typically it's 3 in the back, 1 on the left, or it's all of them in the back. Alright, so we're going to go like this. Now, I'm not facing a ton of cannons here just yet, so I'm going to hold off on using Iron Will until we get a little bit closer. I am going to use it up here just because I don't need to lose, you know, 3 or 4 heavies if we don't have to. So we're going to take this nice, easy, clean approach, and we're going to come up this side. Now, I think what I'm going to have to do here, I think I'm going to have to actually flare back down. It would have been nice if Zukas hit that mine for us. I'm going to actually flare back down like this. We can use smokes. I always forget that I unlock smokes. We can go like this. And that's going to allow us just to clear out this stuff. Again, nice and slow. And without going like in a huge angle on the left. And just leaving all of our Zookas and our troops open there. So finish out that. Let's use another iron will. Gonna flare them up again. Brick is just hanging right in that shock blaster zone. She wants to get tagged. Alright, let's go ahead and start shocking up here. We use another iron will just to keep those heavies alive, like we said. Again, nice and slow. If we lose on a base race, it is what it is. But we gotta get moving here. It's gonna be our next shock. It's gonna be on the blaster again. There we go, ish, kind of. Oh man, he took us down fast at the end there. Eating those mortar shells too. Damn. We got nothing for this mortar, got nothing for these mines. Wow, okay. Well, that wasn't ideal. So guys, I hope that helps you out. That's going to wrap it up for the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out. Back.